got to do. Play to our standard and go play fast.
15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national title.
Today, the Deep South's oldest rivalry.
Now Auburn Stadium roars as their offense runs out on the field.
As the Dogs face their first road test of the season.
It's always a battle every time we go to Auburn, no matter what. Playing there is definitely, a wild environment. Their stadium is crazy. It was just loud. You can't hear anything out there.
Georgia.
Moving to our left. They're going to move everything to the right. Throw it back to the left to Bowers. Bowers has space. 10, 5, cuts inside. Touchdown!
Auburn.
I look at it as a hell of a fierce rivalry.
The Deep South's oldest rivalry continues.
Are we who we say we are? We're going to find out today.
This is Georgia football. On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to play-by-play coverage of Georgia football. Bulldogs football is brought to you by Zaxby's, the official ice of the Georgia Bulldogs. Pruitt Health, family makes us stronger. Hoffman Financial Group, helping build your financial dynasty. Dos Equis, a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. And by Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs. Now to the Piedmont Healthcare broadcast booth. Alongside former All-American Eric Zier, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Coin toss coming up in just a few moments. Number 1 Georgia undefeated at 4-0.
Dogs continue to stay in a too-high safety set, now rolling to one single safety.
Thorne going to keep it and roll out. He's got space on the far side. He's up across the 30, far sideline 40. We're chasing with Bullard. He's in Georgia territory. Thorne finally veers out of bounds as the Dogs defense was breathing down his neck. But a huge run from the 9 all the way down to the Georgia 30-yard line, perhaps 61 yards or so. And the quarterback keeper out to the right edge. He had a huge hole on the right.
Boy, just a read option, and we lost contain immediately. Everybody collapsed on the fake to the running back, and then Thorne got outside and had a crease with nobody close to him.
Auburn got conservative down in the red zone. They ran it short of the first down. We stopped them, 4th and 2. They'll try a field goal here with Alex McPherson, the redshirt freshman, right in front of the goalpost. We'll put that kick up and through. And that's the first points of the game as Auburn converts on a field goal of 27 yards, and they lead Georgia by a score of 3-0. 6:04 remaining first quarter. Another timeout back after this. Auburn up by 3 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
A little bit of air underneath it to allow Delp to go get it. It was thrown on the line. Another missed shot for the Dogs.
2nd and 10 Dogs from our 34. Player in motion to the right side. Beck in the pocket, stands firm, throws a wobbler, and it may have been intercepted. There's a fight for the football between Marcus Rosemy, Jack Saint, and the Auburn defender. They're all tangled up on the logo. At about the 48-yard line, the officials are standing over, and both guys have a piece of the ball, and neither will let go.
Boy, great. I don't care where this goes. That's a great play by Marcus Rosemy, Jack Saint. That ball, I think, was intercepted, but he kept getting into the fight and somehow is on the bottom of the pile with the ball.
He was fighting Jalen Simpson, one of the interception leaders in the country, the senior from Brunswick, Georgia. He's mad. He's walking away from the pile. The officials are talking. What's going to be the ruling here as Marcus Rosemy, Jack Saint kept fighting for that football after they were on the ground.
Well, we're looking at the replay right now. The ball was definitely picked off.
Interception by the defense. First down Auburn.
Ball was definitely picked off, and then both players came to the ground. Auburn kept it in their possession. But Marcus able to wrestle it away from him after the fact, but just what we didn't want to see. Coming into this game, first time the Dogs have played in a hostile environment all year long against a team that we should probably beat, but this is a desperate Auburn team. And again, the Dogs struggling early in football games. In Auburn, and this fan base, maybe more importantly, very much believing they could do some damage and shock the college football world today.
See, that was just a flat-out terrific play by Simpson on the pick. He just went right over the shoulder of Marcus Rosemy, Jack Saint. and got the football, and then the wrestle was on for it when they got on the turf. But it's going to be Auburn's ball. That's the second interception thrown by Carson Beck this season. Auburn's on the Georgia 19. They're in the red zone leading 3-0 late first quarter. They will run it straight ahead with Hunter, and he rips off a 10-12 yard run down inside the 5. Malachi Starks had to make the stop. We'll see where they spot it. Auburn wants to go quickly, and they're down inside the 5, it looks like. He got about 15 yards. Give it to Hunter again. Bounces out to the left, and did he get in? Yeah. Across the goal line between the hash marks, Jarquez Hunter punches it in, and Auburn has a 9-0 lead on top-ranked Georgia.
Or just what this home crowd for the Auburn Tigers wanted to see. The student section got into this stadium early. They have been loud, ready to go, hoping for a miracle. And Auburn coming out, forced the turnover, running the football very, very well. Dawgs not playing terribly defensively, just a couple of gash plays. We give up the 4th down conversion. And once again, inside the SEC, find ourselves in a hole that we're trying to fight out from.
You had in the pass interference penalty a 15-yarder. That was a big play. A 61-yard run on the previous scoring drive. So we've given up some big plays and made some mistakes early. We're down 10-0 here with 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Auburn with a 5-yard touchdown run. Jarquez Hunter with the score, the running back from Philadelphia, Mississippi. And for Hunter, that's his second rushing touchdown this season. The drive after the interception thrown by the Bulldogs covered 48 yards and 7 plays in 3 minutes and 44 seconds. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. 10-0 Auburn leads first quarter. Let's go down to the sidelines and DJ Shockley.
Play clock down to 3. Beck in the shotgun at 2, at 1. They get the snap off. Beck to throw. Lobs it over the middle. It's caught by Ra-Ra Thomas. He's running for the pylon on the right side. And they'll tackle him inside the 5 all the way on the right sideline. Kayan Lee, the cornerback, chased down Ra-Ra from left to right to save a touchdown.
Great recognition by Carson Beck. Auburn brought their middle linebacker and their strong side linebacker. Dejon Edwards surprisingly went out and kicked out to the Sam linebacker and left that Mike linebacker completely running free. The hot read was Ra-Ra coming across on a quick shallow route. Great recognition, great delivery there by Carson Beck.
Hard, spins into the end zone, touchdown, 2-yard run.
Well, great answer there by the University of Georgia to claw their way right back into this football game. Good hard running. Dejon, that play originally designed to go to the left side of the offensive line, bent that all the way back to his right. We had a gaping hole.
And see, we had the extra lineman in Chad Lindbergh on that right side. You had Green, he was on the left side, but you had Green and Truss, Fairchild, Van Pran, Ratledge, and Lindbergh to open up that hole on the right edge for Dejon Edwards. Here's Peyton Woodring with the extra point try. Freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana. Out of the hold of Beck. Kick is on the way, and it's good. And our new score here at Jordan-Hare. We quiet the crowd a little bit. It's Auburn 10, Georgia 7. Dogs on the board. Timeout here in Auburn, Alabama. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Ball's on the 19 after that last carry. We lost a yard. Throw it towards the end zone, and incomplete. Tried to go to Bowers, front left corner. He had a man safety fighting him for it, Puckett. And the ball was broken up and incomplete. Bowers made a good effort, jumped in the air, fighting for it at the same time and spinning and trying to stay in bounds. But the ball hit him up around the shoulder pad and bounced off incomplete.
One that he probably should have had, too. He's going to look back and want that one.
Here's Beck again from the 19. Throw it on the goal line and broken up again to Bowers. Right on the goal line. They had 3 guys on Brock Bowers that time, led by Jalen Simpson, the safety, and the pass play is incomplete. We went to Bowers twice consecutively, and now we'll try for a field goal here on 4th down.
We did. First one was a back shoulder fade that Carson Beck actually checked to. That one against cover 2 had an inside skinny post, so we're moving Brock Bowers all around the field. That one just a good defensive play. Pretty well thrown football, good route. Just a better defensive play.
Peyton Woodring to try to tie the game. Looks to be about a 37-yard try in front of the goalpost between the hashes, kicking away. The kick is away, and the kick is good. We're tied at 10. 5:57 to go, second quarter. New score in Auburn, Alabama. Dogs 10, Tigers 10. Back after this, Bulldogs Sports Network.
Yeah, great job there of penetration and just the entire Georgia defense scraping. But Auburn keeping their offense on the field, going for it here.
Still on the 12. Again, a high snap. Handed off to Hunter, and we swallow him up and take it over on downs. The high snap blew the timing on the play. Thorne went up to get it, pulled it down, gave it to Hunter, and by that time the Georgia defense had closed all the gaps, and Hunter stopped at the 12 on the line of scrimmage. Dawgs ball going the other way. We take over with 1:18 to play in the half.
Boy, tremendous penetration, and you're right. Thorne lucky he came down with that snap as he had to go up high to go get it, but then just about 10 white shirts penetrating into the Auburn backfield.
Jamon Dumas-Johnson filled the hole. We've got a timeout. Georgia has 1:18 to try to do something to break a 10-10 tie in Auburn. Back after this, Bulldogs Sports Network. At the Auburn, at the Georgia 25-yard line. Back in the shotgun, runs out of an empty set. Quick throw to Delp, the tight end. Caught at the 30. And did the ball come out? Did the ball come out, or are they going to say he was down?
Boy, ball did come out.
Oh, my goodness.
Delp got hit.
The ball.
Little quick hitch there by Delp as he was running up the field, got hit from behind. Ball absolutely popped out. And Dawgs definitely in a fight right now, and if anything's going to get this crowd back into it, it's that kind of play.
Well, this happened in the first half, an early first half turnover by Georgia that led to Auburn points, and now Oscar Delp, and trying to get yardage after the catch, had it punched out of his arms. And it was
Marcus Harris is the guy who punched it out of Delp's hands.
Auburn recovered it at the Georgia 32-yard line. That's our second turnover of the day. Robbie Ashford's the quarterback for the Tigers.
See if the Dogs here can hunker down and keep Auburn out of the end zone. They find pay dirt. This crowd's going to lose their minds.
Second and 5 inside the 10. Ashford rides the back, keeps it, runs through the Georgia defense, just shredding tacklers for a 9-yard touchdown run straight ahead.
Boy, again, just a read option this time. The option is for Ashford to go right up the middle and just knifing his way right through Georgia defenders.
And for the second time in the game, Auburn takes a Georgia turnover and turns it into points. Ashford running strong. He broke at least 2, maybe even 3 tackles, just running straight down the field between the tackles. Auburn 16-10, where here comes the point after try. Down on the far end of the field by McPherson, and that's good, and it's 17-10. So the Dogs got the ball. We gave it to them. They scored. They lead. 17-10, 13-31, third quarter. Timeout in Auburn. Back in a moment. Bulldogs Sports Network. 41-yard line. Second and a yard to go. They gave Edwards 9 on that last carry. Play fake back. He zips one to Bowers at the 29. He's caught it to the 20. He's running for the far sideline. They push him out of bounds. Puckett, the safety, forced him into the boundary on the left sideline at the 13-yard line. Dogs get into the Massey Ferguson red zone. Here comes a threat to score for the Dogs, down 7. We need 7 to tie it. They run it with Edwards quickly. Pitch it to him left. Dejan at the 10, at the 5, end zone touchdown. He got in there running, standing up all the way as he went right through their defense.
Dogs went right back to that student body left. Little toss sweep out of gun. Great job sealing the outside and sealing the edges as well. Created a great little lane for Dejan to run through. Everybody delivering nice blocks on that one.
Oh, Delp, see, had a great block along with Ernest Green. They just opened up a huge gap, and he just trotted through it and then weaved his way into the end zone for the 13-yard score. Trying to tie it up with a Peyton Woodring extra point now. Action finally taking place down on this end of the field. Here's the point after try by Woodring, and it is good. And we are tied at 17. That Georgia touchdown by Dejan Edwards, his second today. Brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. The drive was 10 plays, 98 yards. You remember, we started at the 2. It took 4 minutes and 24 seconds, and Dajon Edwards punches it in for the second time today from 13 yards out. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Well, Dajon had 3 rushing touchdowns against Auburn last year in Athens in that 42-10 rout. In fact, all 6 of Georgia's scores last year were on the ground. Our 2 scores today have been rushing touchdowns by Dajon Edwards.
To hopefully give the Dogs their first lead of the afternoon.
It's 4th and 5, and here's Woodring to try another field goal. This one looks to be about 38 yards from the far hash, or the right hash, kicking away from us. There's the snap and the hold, and the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. The kick is good. Georgia leads for the first time this afternoon, 20-17. And with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Georgia Bulldogs General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. New score in Auburn, Georgia 20, Tigers 17 on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Lost a yard back to the 40 of the Tigers. Dogs trying to drive down for a go-ahead score. We're knotted at 20. Clock approaching 3 minutes to go. Edwards in the backfield now with Beck. They snap it back. Carson throws. There's Bowers open at the 26. Breaks away at the 20 to the 10. Angles to the pylon. Touchdown, Brock Bowers.
Boy, big-time games. Your stars have to show up, and Brock Bowers has done just that. They don't have an answer for him. Another dig in the middle of the field. This time a little bit of green grass to run after the catch, and he takes it to the house.
40 yards. Dogs take the lead again for the second time today. This time it's 26-20 with the point after coming. 2:52 remaining. They just ran out of gas trying to run down Brock Bowers. He's had a whale of a second half. He broke away from James, the cornerback, and pulled away from Puckett as well in the secondary. Here's Woodring's point after try, and the Dogs lead it by 7. The extra point is good. Woodring's been perfect on all his kicks today. Timeout. Georgia now leads it with 2:52 to go here in Auburn, Alabama. It's the Dogs 27, the Tigers 20 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. All right, 4th and 9 for the Tigers from their 48-yard line. They have 1 timeout remaining, 1:38 remaining in the game. Snap it back to Thorne. We bring 4. Thorne rolls to his left, throws, and it's intercepted. Malachi Starks at the 40 to the 50. Cross midfield, jumps over a man at the 42, and down right there. It's Georgia's ball on the interception by Malachi Starks.
Boy, great pressure right there by the Georgia defensive front. Flushing Thorne out of the pocket and having to throw from a bad angle. And Malachi Starks, what a big play. The Stars have definitely showed up in the second half of this football game.
They were trying to go to Jay Fair, and Starks picked it off. Fair fell down, picked it off at the 40, and returned it about 17 yards or so back into Auburn territory. And for Malachi, that's his second interception this season, the 4th of his career. And the Jefferson, Georgia native, with a huge defensive play for the Bulldogs with 1:28 remaining. And Auburn with only 1 timeout left. And the Dogs will go into the victory formation. Oh, that's sweet. Beck will take the snap and take a knee at the Auburn 40. A little pushing and shoving after the play, but nothing to warrant anything like a penalty marker or anything like that. The clock ticks. 1:15, 1:14. Auburn can stop it once if they want. Otherwise, it's just going to tick, tick, tick away. 1:05 to go. 27-20. Georgia was pinned down for much of this ball game. We led it for the first time at 20-17. Then it was tied again after that. And then a terrific Georgia drive late in the contest, capped by a 40-yard reception and touchdown catch and run by Brock Bowers. And the Dogs lead it by 7. This time they move everybody to the left on the snap to Beck. They slide everybody to the left, and then he takes a knee, and the clock is down to 34 seconds. Doesn't look like Auburn will use the timeout. Nope, Hugh Freeze is already walking out to the middle of the field. The Dogs are going to come out of here with a win, Z, 27-20.
Well, Scott, it was much tougher than I think anybody thought it was going to be. But you get into these rivalry games, and I tell you, anything can happen. But the grit and the fortitude that this Dogs team showed in a hostile environment. Auburn came out with a good game plan, played well. Dogs still sloppy, but somehow finding a way to win. And you win in the SEC, you win on the road, you'll take it every time.
Terrific play from number 19, the All-American in the second half. Brock Bowers with a personal best 157 yards in receiving. He had 8 more catches. He had 9 last week. He's got 8 today. And he had the touchdown, his 23rd career touchdown receiving, to move him into second place with A.J. Green on the all-time Georgia list. He was a key factor in the second half. Brock Bowers and Carson Beck really got it done. They teamed up often in the second half, and Beck's numbers, he ended up with 313 yards passing, his second consecutive 300-yard passing day for the Jacksonville, Florida native. Dogs win it 27-21. That's 22 wins in a row if you're keeping score at home, 38 of 39, and that is 21 straight SEC regular season wins. And that is 32 regular season overall wins in a row. And now that is 12 straight true road win victories. That's crazy. 12 in a row on the road. And the Dogs go home next week to host a very good Kentucky team under the lights, 7 o'clock at Sanford Stadium. Time to enjoy this one a little bit. Georgia 27 and Auburn 20. The Dogs 5-0. We'll come back for our post-game coverage. We'll hear from the head coach in just a little bit here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.